Puerto Rico. Uh-oh. Yeah, IT asked us to start the recording a little bit early tonight because the live stream is down because of whatever power surge or whatever happened at City Hall this morning. Still concerned that. Okay, there. Oh, welcome, alternate Commissioner Miniman.
Good evening.
Thank you for joining us tonight. This is exactly why we have you, because sometimes we absolutely need you.
Not a problem.
Aha, it's working, Sabrina. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3. I need one more. I see someone on the list, Roshan. Are you with the hotel project?
Yes, I am.
Okay, all right. We'll be getting started right around 6, okay?
Not a problem. Thank you for having us.
So Joe, may I embarrass you about your winning coaching record at the end
Sure.
of informal?
Yeah, I actually just got a note from the parks that there's a chance the game could be canceled this weekend. So I'm hoping not.
Yeah, I saw the weather. Although Saturday looked like the best chance of good weather. Saturday
Yeah.
afternoon. What time's the game? 2?
I think it's at 3. Sure, yeah.
So if the weather forces the cancellation of the game, since we played them already, do we have to play again, or we're just
I don't know. I have a feeling they probably wouldn't make it up. I don't know, but just hope it is dry enough to play.
Sort of ironic after how many months of drought that now we're worried about rain.
Yeah.
But you know, what are you gonna do?
What level are you
Yes, I
coaching
know.
at, Joe?
What was that?
What level are you coaching at?
It's the, what is it? 11 to 13.
That's not bad. A few weeks back, I had to be the interim coach for my 6-year-old daughter's soccer team, and that was interesting.
Oh yeah, those are fun.
I used to love at that age when they didn't realize that the goal switched at halftime. and and the kids would score goals for the other team. It was cute.
Yeah, been there on that one for sure. All right, so let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. So Tanya, did we hear from any commissioners that would not be able to be here tonight besides Aria?
I did not, only Aria.
Okay. Chetch, if you're here, I'll leave it up to you as to if you want to wait a couple minutes for Brian and Elizabeth, or get going.
We could give them a couple minutes. See, we have a pretty light agenda, right?
Yeah, no, we do. So we haven't heard that they wouldn't be unavailable to attend, but we are about time, but I don't mind giving them a couple minutes if you're okay with that.
Yeah, do we have any members of the public on the line?
Our applicants are on the line
Okay.
tonight. I don't believe there's any members of the general public.
Okay.
Alex, has your office moved to the same space?
Not yet, but the days are counting down. Starting to pack the boxes up. So I think next month is the moving date.
Oh, wow. And then I heard that all offices are back in person every day. Is that true?
Well, they have been for a while now, with just a handful
Okay.
of staff in each day. And, you know, our offices in the new building are significantly smaller. So I wonder, it probably will continue to be that way, maybe just because of space for the foreseeable future. So different times.
Oh, wow. Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. Okay, I think we could go ahead and start, and then if they pop in, they'll pop in.
All right, we don't have our formal vice chair tonight, so if you feel the need to deputize someone, you may do so. It's probably not critical.
No, that's not necessary unless you really want to.
Okay. Okay, yeah, if we don't need to, I think we can, unless anyone really wants to stand in as vice chair today. Okay, so we'll go ahead and just start. Okay, so good evening. Welcome to the October 21st, 2021 West Sacramento Planning Commission meeting. We continue to meet via teleconference pursuant to the governor's executive order N-29-20, by which members of the Planning Commission and staff are participating via live video conference to reduce the spread of COVID-19. Members of the public have been invited to watch the meeting via wave cable on our local channel 20, streaming online through the city's website and through the Zoom platform. Tonight's agenda and all agenda item materials are available on the city's website on the Planning Commission page. All public comments submitted by 5 p.m. via email to the Planning Commission clerk are available for consideration and are posted on the city website, along with the agenda and the link to the live streaming video of this meeting, so that all commissioners and community members can see the complete text and submittal information. Members of the public joining via Zoom may also make oral comments during the meeting. The commission clerk will notify each member of the public when it's their turn to speak. With that, we'll proceed with tonight's agenda. First up is general admission function part 1A. Presentations by the public on matters not on the agenda within the jurisdiction of the commission. Let's see. Mr. Tilley said we didn't have anyone else on the line for this.
Doesn't look like we have any public comment for item 1A.
Okay, so item 1B, correspondence and staff communications from the Planning Commission Secretary.
I do have a couple items to note for the commission this evening. Tonight's meeting is not being live streamed because there were some power issues at City Hall this morning that damaged some of the equipment. The meeting is still being recorded and will be rebroadcast, I assume, starting tomorrow, but the live stream is not available this evening. Last night, brand new city council member Dante Early was sworn in at the city council meeting last night. And so I encourage everyone to, if they didn't see that video, to watch that for her swearing in last night. And then also last night, you might see my background tonight's a little different than I normally have up. Last night, myself and several other city staff did a presentation to the council on the work that we had recently completed with the Bloomberg Philanthropies and Harvard University on innovation. This was a 9-month program, pretty intense with us and several other cities around the country, where we were learning some cutting edge techniques on innovation in local government. And our particular focus was on matters of social equity. So we provided a fairly lengthy presentation on that process last night. And so I would encourage the commissioners, if you're interested, to tune into that, the replay of that. There's a lot of good work in there, and it's a lot of work that's not just, it's really only just beginning in some ways around the equity space. And that some matters of that will be coming before the Planning Commission here in relatively short order as we work on our general plan update, and we need to do an entire new element in our general plan related to environmental justice, environmental equity. So these are absolutely matters that are front and center in our community. And we'll also be talking about them in the context of climate change at our next meeting. But I would encourage everyone to try to tune into that if you can. I believe the work was important on this topic and very apropos for our community. So that's all for staff communication at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Tilley. What was the process for participation in that Bloomberg Harvard thing?
As I understand it, this is the kind of thing where they contact you. You don't contact them, but you do have to apply and you have to submit an idea to them. And I think they selected about 10 cities from across the country. I have no idea how many actually applied, but we were one of them. And it was something I think first initiated by former Mayor Cavalden, and then has continued with Mayor Guerrero. And so that recently wrapped up. So last night was sort of that final presentation on that phase of the project. But now with those techniques in hand, we're going to be working on applying them in the equity space, but hopefully in other areas as well. So it was a very good experience and good to work with other cities like Boca Raton, Boise, somewhere in Oklahoma, I forget now. I mean, it was a pretty broad swath of cities in different parts of the country along with us. So felt proud to have been part of that.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so we'll move to part 1C, disclosure of ex parte communications. Do any commissioners have anything to disclose? Not seeing any hands. Okay, so moving to the consent agenda, item 2, consideration and approval of the minutes from the October 7, 2021 commission meeting. Discussion or motion?
So moved.
Motion from Commissioner Lockhart,
Second.
second from Commissioner Deanda. See, Tanya, can you do the roll call, please?
Commissioner DeAnda,
Aye.
Commissioner Hirsch,
Aye.
Commissioner Middleman,
Aye.
Commissioner Lockhart,
Aye.
Chair Sablin.
Aye. Okay, so motion passes. Thank you. Moving to the regular agenda, item 3, public hearing regarding Best Western conditional use permit. And this is Miss Allen.
Good evening, Chair Sablon and members of the commission. This item is a request for a conditional use permit for a floor area ratio exception for a 63-room Best Western Hotel, which is proposed to be located at 3980 Lake Road. This project has been before the commission a couple times previously. It was approved originally in 2008 with the same applicant. At that time, the applicant chose not to go forward with it due to the economy of the time. It was reapproved in 2015, this time as the Best Western Hotel. And the applicant, since that time, has submitted plans to our building department and has been going through several rounds of building plan check. The applicant got an extension in 2018 for their use permit, which expired in March of 2019. The applicant was then informed by both our community development director and building official that to proceed further that they would have to get a new use permit since their old one had expired. They did submit revised plans this summer, and we informed them at that time of the need to apply for a new use permit, which is what is before you tonight. The hotel project is virtually identical to what was approved in 2015. The hotel itself is a permitted use in the highway services zone where it's located. The use permit is for the floor area ratio exception only. Staff did, when it was done in 2015, staff did prepare trip generation analysis on the project to see how trips to and from the hotel would impact the area, and compared it against other typical uses that could be proposed in that zone, things such as restaurants with and without drive-throughs, gas stations with convenience stores, and the hotel had a significantly lower trip generation. Staff is recommending approval of the use permit. That concludes my presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions. Also, the applicant is on the line as well, should you have any questions of him.
Thank you, Ms. Allen. Do commissioners have any questions for Ms. Allen? Okay, I'm not seeing any hands. So I'm going to open the public hearing. And did the applicant have a presentation, or are they just here for questions?
I believe they're just here should you have questions for them.
Okay. Do the commissioners have questions for the applicant? Let's see. I'm not seeing any hands. See, I have a question. I don't know if this is for staff or for the applicant. So for the noise, to get it to 45 decibels, they have to certify that it's been done. What's the process for that? Do they have to submit something that actually shows, like, how do they actually show it? Do they just say they've done it?
It's done during the building permit process. And it has to do with the windows that are put on the side facing the freeway and the air conditioning systems that help dampen noise, but there will actually be notes on the plans from a noise person or an engineer that's qualified to analyze that says that these meet our noise standards.
Okay. And there's just an industry standard for the windows that say it gets it to this level reduction, or?
Yes, they're different kind of windows are rated to give you so many decibel reduction. And so,
Yeah, so we kind of do this on a two-parter where, you know, we do our best to build that in up front. And then, but before they can occupy the building, they'll need to recertify it in the real world once it's been constructed that it is meeting those performance standards. This has been a common approach on hotels where we do treat the interior noise levels are comparable to you know, residential. So so we try to build that in, as Kathy said, you know, they're called STC ratings. I think that stands for sound transmission coefficient. And so you can get some really stout windows that can knock decibels down, you know, 10, 15, 20 decibels. So this is a common practice, particularly with hotels, since they're often near freeways and airports, you know, things of that nature.
Okay, thank you. Okay, if there aren't any other questions, I'll close the public hearing and bring it back to the commission for discussion and or motion. Let's see, Commissioner Lockhart.
I just wanted to thank the applicant for continuing the process and continue to be willing to do business in West Sacramento. This is important to our city's growth, so I just thank them for continuing on. And with that, I'd be happy to make a motion.
Okay, we have a motion from Commissioner Lockhart. And is that a motion to approve staff recommendation?
Thank you for clarifying. Yes, a motion to approve as recommended by staff in the outlined report.
And with the memo?
Yes, with the clarifying memo addressing the error. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I'll second that.
Okay, second from Commissioner DeAnda. See, Ms. Flores, can you do the roll call, please?
Commissioner Middleman,
Aye.
Commissioner Lockhart,
Aye.
Commissioner Hirsch,
Aye.
Commissioner DeAnda,
Aye.
Chair Sablin.
Aye. With that, the motion passes. Okay, good luck to the applicants, and this moves forward soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And let's see, moving on to administration function, part 2. Part A, informal discussion. Any discussion from the commissioners? Commissioner Lockhart.
Sorry to be so chatty this evening, but I just wanted to thank Commissioner DeAnda. He serves our community as a planning commissioner, but he also volunteers his time as a flag football coach for our city rec league. And he has had a phenomenal winning season that's coming to an end. So I just wanted to take this moment to congratulate him. In full disclosure, my son is on his winning team and has thoroughly enjoyed his experience. So thank you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. It's been really fun for me too.
Anything else? Is Heath still playing basketball too?
He is, and every game he asks when your nephew will be coming back to the team.
So it broke my heart when Kingston didn't try out for his middle school team. He's retired from basketball, and so I'm hoping he's gonna put his shoes back on, but he's temporarily retired at least.
Okay, we'll invite him over to watch Space Jam and shoot some hoops.
Yeah.
Going to be very informal discussion now.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Oh, David, anything on meeting in person or anything? I know that.
No
Yeah.
timetable on that. I assume as long as the mask order is in place, we'll continue to be going this way.
Yeah. Okay.
And no timetable.
Okay. So we will be on here. Do we have a meeting in December or is it November? Jeez.
Yes, we will be meeting on our next regular scheduled meeting, which I believe is the 4th. Tanya, is that right?
Yes, November 4th.
Okay, yeah, no, we will be meeting that time. We will be talking some climate stuff, so a little different from some of our project-based things.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. Well, I'll adjourn the meeting to November 4th. Thank you.
All right, good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate everything.